Hey all you gamers out there, this is Fox, back for the Joystick Jockeys. And before I get started today, I want to introduce you to someone. It's a kitty. This is my new little girl, Piper. She is a joy to have, even though she doesn't really want to be here, it looks like. But she's sweet as can be, and she's pretty, so thumbs up for the kitty, right?
It all started 1 year ago. Right there, Terra Grigia.
And even a child could guess what will happen next.
The FBC is making a huge mistake.
There have been rescues, there have been losses. Too many.
Are we in hell?
Yes, they call it Terra Grigia.
We are Veltro, vengeful messengers from the depths of the Inferno.
We killed these bastards already.
Then stories of their resurrection are true.
Done it.
Not much time has passed, right?
We can't let this virus contaminate the sea.
You two are still on the case.
Yes, sir.
You two, just find out anything you can on Veltro.
Everyone, you have your orders. Move into position.
It just doesn't add up.
We rise from the dead.
If you haven't already guessed from the trailer you just saw, I picked up a copy of Resident Evil Revelations for the 3DS. And I got one of the first shipped copies of the game, and if you can see this, you can see I got one with the embarrassing typo on it. I don't think you can see that. There we go. Yeah. Capcom, it's called spell check. Look into it. It's pretty new and advanced technology. But despite that, the game is actually pretty solid. It's one of the best entries of the series in the past, compared to past installments. But it also is one of the best games on the 3DS right now. So I would personally say to get a 3DS just for this game, because I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. But Capcom not only advanced the gameplay mechanics, they also advanced the feel of the game itself in terms of environment and music and all that stuff. So it really feels like it's taking a trip back to the classic style of Resident Evil, which is something a lot of fans have been waiting for a very long time. Without divulging too much into the storyline, I'm going to jump right into the gameplay mechanics, because that's one of the major things about Resident Evil Revelations that caught my attention. This time around, the gameplay looks very similar to Resident Evil 5, but they finally incorporated the ability to move and shoot at the same time. It's about time, considering Dead Space did it like forever ago. But anyway, the controls for the moving and shooting can be a little awkward with the 3DS by itself, but you can also now purchase the Circle Pad Pro expansion for the 3DS, which adds a new joystick as well as additional triggers to help with the shooting and moving. And the touchscreen is very efficient for this game, because you can switch between your weapons, your secondary weapons like grenades, and the newly introduced BOW, BOW something, that kind of lures the BOWs to one location and then explodes. So it's a very cool new secondary weapon, and you can switch between all those with your touchscreen. You can check the map, you can check documents and everything all in that little area without really having to pause the game. So it comes in handy. They've also reincorporated storage boxes, technically, where you can upgrade your weapons, and whatever weapons you're not carrying at that particular time will be kept in these rooms for you to be able to switch out whenever you return to them. So it's very cool gameplay. It kind of mixes in the classic style with the new style, which a lot of fans will probably appreciate. The graphics in this game are amazing for a handheld device, especially one from Nintendo. It looks just as good as Resident Evil 5. Of course, I know the resolution would probably hide any major flaws in the design. But there are certain areas of this game which are just like, whoa, for a 3DS, that room looks amazing, or the models look amazing, you know, and the voice acting is actually not that bad this time, which is rare for Resident Evil, but it's something we've grown to accept. One of the things I really liked about this game was that they returned to the classical style of horror and not so much action-centered events. Of course, there are action sequences, but it's not so much move to point A to point B, kill zombies along the way, like Resident Evil 5 was. This one actually involves you backtracking going to rooms that you couldn't have the key for before, things of that nature, things that we did in Resident Evil 1 and 2 back in the day are kind of slowly being put back into the series now, which I know a lot of fans were wanting to happen. So congratulations, you got what you wanted. They also added co-op play as well, so you can log on with your friends online or locally to do co-op missions together. The actual game itself isn't co-op, but there are side missions that you can play, mercenary style wave missions that you can play with your friends online, which is pretty cool as well. One of the only real cons I had in this game was the frame rate. Sometimes the frame rate would drop kind of low during large loading sequences, and also I saw a little screen tearing, but not much, not enough to make me really notice it. Overall, I think Resident Evil Revelations is probably the best game on the 3DS at this point, at least in my opinion, and it also is a good installment for the series. I think fans of the series will appreciate this game, and it is canon, so if you want to know what happens, try it out. I'm pretty sure it'll set up the events of Resident Evil 6 as well in some way. So it's definitely a game you should pick up, and if you like Resident Evil Revelations, give us a thumbs up, and tell us what you think about it. If you want to try it out, there is also a demo for it on the 3DS Marketplace, so try it before you buy it. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and stick around because the other guys have some more reviews coming your way. Take care.